Hello, good evening. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We're going to take a look at the energy for the week and the individual signs. I don't really have, I wanted to do a sign reading, but I am not going to put it in. It's like 3 to 4 hours, and we're not going to do that at the moment. So I'm just going to touch on the energy coming out for the signs. And I've been really excited about using a brand new deck that I have. It was a gift to me. And it is the Souls on Fire deck. Pretty interesting. Not necessarily my style, but, we can work with it. It's very multicultural. Like it has all different colors of people. And it's a really awesome deck. I'm excited to use it and see kind of like how I mesh with it. And so we're going to use this deck tonight as we look at the energies coming out for this week for us. I'm just going to pause it because of all the clunking noise, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle really quickly. So hold on one second. All right, Spirit, what is the message for this week? What is the energy this week? Let's see. I hope you guys are well. Happy Monday. I hope the week has gotten off to a good start for you. Let's take a look and see what the energy is for the week. This could be a collective message. It could also ring as personal as well. Take it. If it resonates, if it does not, you don't have to. What energy are we in this week, Spirit? Justice. Okay. I get the feel like this week is going to be a very calm week. Maybe even I'm getting a very soft energy for the week, and justice comes out. Now, on this card, she's doing like a tight line. So someone may feel like they're walking a tight line, a tight rope this week, being really careful this week, and wanting to do things right. I get that feel. Wanting to walk in your integrity this week and wanting to really get something right or do something right, not fall off or mess up or color outside of the lines. I feel like someone has a desire to make a commitment to do the right thing this week. There's something about that coming out with the energy that we're in this week. Justice is all about truth. It's all about fairness. It's all about many times balance, needing to balance things out. And so this energy could even be about waiting for something to balance out, waiting for justice to be served in a situation. But I feel like even in that waiting, it's like, I'm going to do my part. I'm going to do what's right so that when it does come around, right, it hits just right. And so I feel like that's the energy that someone could be in, making sure that they're on point. I get that energy. And what is the energy around us this week? Nine of Pentacles. You may be very comfortable this week. I did get that energy. Like things feel very soft and comfortable. Nine of Pentacles gives me the energy of having things set up for your comfort. Whatever that is for you, things may be arranged this week that makes you really comfortable. And filling all of your needs as well. You may have everything that you need and some more this week. I do feel like this is just a really good week. Now, Nine of Pentacles is also pre-Empress energy. Someone may be about to snap into Empress mode. Hmm. Someone may have a little bird for a pet. Someone may be doing lots of self-care this week, going to get manicures, pedicures, um, drinking wine, right? It just feels like kickback energy, like luxurious energy, pampering, softening the skin, right? Take that literal, and you could take it symbolic as well. That's the energy I'm getting. This feels like a very beautiful, soft week. What is it that we need to know about this week? What do we need to know, if anything, about this week? Spirit, what do we need to know? Eight of Swords. With all of this beauty and luxury happening, there's still some things that could be tying us up or holding us up in some type of way. There's still some things that may need to be realized. There might be some things that we are allowing, to keep us stuck, to hold us back. The Eight of Swords is all about not necessarily that you are tied up, but you want to be tied up. It's like, you ever like being snowed in a couple of weeks ago? It's like, oh, dang it, I can't go nowhere because it's snowing. Right? I get to work from home, but 3 weeks straight, dang it. But it feels like you want to be there. The Eight of Swords is kind of like that energy, being tied up, but it's of your own volition. It's of your own will. Now, whether or not this is serving you, I don't know. You could be somebody that likes big hair, right? You could be somebody that's really feminine and girly. I'm getting all that kind of energy coming out here. Someone who is into bright colors. Yeah. Let's see. Big hair. You like big hair? Let's see. What do you have to say about this that's going on this week? All right. So we have the Queen of Cups. Like, you are right. Spirit is saying that you are right to want to care for yourself, take care of yourself. And this may be what's needed to release yourself from, being prisoner to yourself. There's something you may need to release this week. And that may be done through careful consideration, careful observation, but also allowing yourself to be cared for. Allowing yourself to give yourself what you need. The Queen of Cups is that energy. Fill your cup and then let it overflow, and then give of that overflow, right? There's somebody that needs to be reminded of that. What is this about? So we have the Justice, that's Libra energy. The Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy. The Eight of Swords is Gemini energy. And then the Queen of Cups, and I want to say Aquarius energy. No, that's air. Scorpio energy. Someone may be visiting a body of water right now. I'm just seeing lots of water around you. Yeah, lots of water around you. And then I have, when we look at the overall energy of this message, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Now is really not the time for you to be giving. Maybe to those that are not giving back. The Six of Pentacles is usually like balance. It gives me that justice energy. And reciprocal energy, right? But it's in reverse. And so the gist of this message is to take care of yourself. I'm hearing that really clearly. This week is a perfect opportunity for you to take care of yourself. And if you are by the water, amazing. Enjoy it, right? Enjoy that. That is so beautiful. Allow yourself to become one with the elements. I almost feel like there's a need to allow the negativity just to drain right down out of your body into the earth, into the water, right? The beautiful thing about nature is that it's so eager to receive from us. And when we go out into nature to release, many times it's to release negative energy, she is always open and willing and inviting us to come and share our burdens and to come and release our burdens. And she so willingly takes them from us. And so there's something about this week is all about you being taken care of. Yeah. Somebody deserves this. And so I hope this is for you if you're watching. So whatever situation you may find yourself in, you may not be in front of a body of water. Nevertheless, this still applies. This is a week for you to be taken care of. And if it's not a literal thing, this could be spiritually. Spirit is making sure that you are taken care of this week. I do feel like it is a soft week. It's something that is well deserved too. You know, I feel like I'm talking to someone who has really earnestly, deep down in the recesses of your heart, you've chosen to do the right thing. You have desired to do the right thing. Yeah. Even now, you're in that energy. Allow yourself to be cared for. Okay. Spirit wants to care for you this week. So if you are tempted to do for others, this might not be the week. Spirit is saying, do for yourself. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So we have, yeah, what is this? See, it's hard to read these cards. Maybe I don't have enough light. I feel like this is the Five of Pentacles. I feel like someone is coming out of a difficult spot this week. The Five of Pentacles is all about change, a change in a situation. And so this is what's coming. This may be what is about to be birthed from you, allowing yourself to be cared for this week. You're going to find yourself in a whole nother predicament, a whole nother situation. The thing that has been difficult will be no more. Maybe you've been struggling with money or struggling with your health. Maybe you've been helping somebody else get over a difficult time. But I feel like this time is for you that's coming up here. And there's something about you having the opportunity here as we move forward to change something about your situation. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? We have the Moon and the Hierophant. You may not even know. I feel like you may not even know like the condition. I hope it's nothing like crazy, but this could be someone needing to visit like a doctor or in the future. There's something about your health that needs attention that maybe you don't even realize at this point with the Moon. But there's something about that. If it's not that, then there's something about you not really knowing what's coming here, about some type of institution that's going to be instrumental in helping you change. Again, I feel like this is not a time where you are really looking out for others. This is a time for you to really allow yourself to be looked after and assisted. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, I don't know. Something coming out about an institution. It could be a hospital with the Moon followed by the Hierophant, but some type of large institution that may play a part in you getting back on your feet, changing some situation for the better. And it could be anything, right? When we talk about institutions, just think of schools, government, hospitals, any large pillar of society that's churches, right? Anything that's built to draw people in to receive the benefits of what it has to offer. In this case, because it's followed by the Five of Pentacles, I feel like it could be health. Why? It could be a bank, right? Health wise or money, something about your physical situation. But it could also be about mental health. It could be about, I'm feeling feminine energy with the moon here. For somebody, this could be gynecology related, okay? Gynecology related, or somebody could be getting some type of prognosis or something here in the future. That's why it's important. Now's the time to really invest and take care of yourself, because whatever this is will need further clarification or further investigation. This could also be about someone heading into higher education. And clearing up some form of confusion around a situation that's not yet known right now. The moon leading to the Hierophant may also represent seeking advice from a mentor or a trusted guide to help find clarity in a situation. Yeah, bringing bringing the light to a situation is what I'm feeling this is. But whatever that is, it's going to be helpful to bring this change in. And this is coming in the future. And it's related to the energy of this week. Yeah. And so this is beneficial. Taking care of self this week is really beneficial, especially with that Five of Pentacles coming out in the near future. We have the Seven of Wands. Where is this? Yeah, the Seven of Wands. And I feel like this is almost like the energy of something being really secluded and tight up to this point. Maybe you haven't allowed anybody to inquire about this situation that's going on. You've kept it to yourself, close to your heart. You haven't shared it with anybody. You haven't allowed anybody in to know, like, what's really going on. I do feel that energy. You've been very protective of this. All right. What else do we need to know? And since you've been very protective, like, do people know about this? Like, what do they know? How are they, like, seeing you in this moment, or whoever this is for? Please and thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Do people know you hiding this? Are they aware? How are they seeing you right now? Let's see. As the King of Pentacles, like the bill of health, they don't really see an issue. They see you thriving, actually. That's how people are seeing you, as the King of Pentacles. Having everything together and under control. But there's something about this that says different. When you look at his eyes, like, he's holding the pentacle, but I don't know if I sense happiness here. There's something about the look that says there's something going on. Like, I want to say something, but I don't, you know? And that's the crazy thing. In this picture with this King of Pentacles, surrounding him is all kind of money. Money is growing on trees. He's sitting on the throne. He's holding his staff in his hand. He has grapes, which represents abundance and wealth, on his shirt. He has bulls on his jacket, which represents this energy of going to get what it is. You know, it's a forceful energy. It's a very aggressive energy, right? And so everything, he has a crown on his head. Everything about this says abundance, but his eyes is telling a different story. And that is crazy because I am reminded so often how important it is to really find out what it is that you value. Because when it's all said and done, when it comes down to the last drop, that's all that's really going to matter, is what it is that's really important. Because money is a tool for survival to get us what we want, what we need, but it's not food for the soul, if that makes sense. You can have all the money in the world and still be bankrupt in your heart. And this says 1,000 words here. So I don't know. This might be maybe it's that people, all they see is money. This could be somebody that has money and that's all people see, not even paying attention to the cry of the eye, right? To the look in the eye, the need for something. All they see is what they want. That's why that Six of Pentacles has been put in reverse. It's time to cut it off and put something towards yourself. Take care of yourself. Wow, that's crazy. So how do people see you? They see you as being abundant. And I feel like these are people that don't really take a true value in what it is that you want or what you need, or else they would see it. They would see past the money and the abundance and look into your eyes. This is not you. This could be someone close to you. Let's see here. What is your real reality right now? I feel like that's how people are seeing you. But what is the true reality right now? Is the world. I feel like you are in the process of learning some of the most important lessons of your life with the world here. Right? The world says that you have really been through it all. You have. You got the t-shirt for it. You learned the lessons. Been there, done that. And yet you still made it out alive. You're still kicking, You're still here. I have a dove in the corner, an angel in the other one, a bull, and a lion. I feel like you've been supported in every way possible. From the four corners of the earth, help has been all around you. And I feel like you're divinely protected too. I can't help but see that with this vine around her. You could have red hair. Mm-hmm. You could be someone who loves to do like somebody that's super flexible too. And you just like a rubber band. I don't know who this could be, but this could be somebody that's super flexible. Let's see. And then we have the King of Wands coming in. I feel like you want to be everything to everybody, but at the same time, you might fear, having to be held to that responsibility as well, right? It could be a little bit of both. The King of Wands many times is that go-to person if you need something done, or if you need to know about something, right? Yeah. And then we end with the moon. This might be about something being made known, something being uncovered. Yeah. Answers being given. Yeah. And so I'm also going to take a look at what's hidden, what's unconsciously brewing. The Two of Swords, which is like the energy of not wanting to deal with something, not wanting to make a decision that's needed to be made right now, maybe even ignoring what's obvious unconsciously. The Tower, right? Something just all of a sudden out of control, and it's something happening, a surprise that's popping up. And, it may be something very big to change things, right? This Tower is all about change. This building is burning down and they're coming out of the house, right? It's all about change. So there may be something, subconsciously that is causing something to change, causing something to take a whole different direction. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like the desire for healing, being offered some level of healing, right? And then I'm going to just simply go through each sign. And we're going to see the energy that you're in for this week. Because for somebody, this is I feel like a very calm, serene week, but there's a lot that's happening on the inside. There's a lot that's coming to the light. There's things that are being healed and set free, liberated, taking care of self. So there's a lot happening. Now I understand why Justice is walking on a tightrope. Now I understand, because this is a balancing act. There's a lot that's, being revealed possibly this week. That's what this is about. We end with the moon, which means there's some things that need to be made known and uncovered. Someone's searching for answers. I'm looking at how the dog is howling up at the moon as if to ask for some type of explanation. The moon can be a little bit emotional as well. This is about dealing with a heavy level of emotions. This may end up being something I just feel like it's unexpected. It's something that has been held in and not shared. And it's something that maybe has just really been overlooked. Unfortunately, that's unfortunate, because that doesn't mean that it wasn't obvious. It just means that people chose not to see it, or they looked past it, which is kind of sad, because in this case, it's like you can look at somebody that needs, but because they have something that you want, you look past, or maybe you can't see it for seeing what it is that you want, But let's see. So we're going to start with Aries. Aries. Why do I have the Chariot in reverse for you, Aries? Why do I have the Chariot in reverse? The Chariot upright is all about powerful movement forward, just like this bird is soaring up high victoriously. But in reverse, it's almost like coming back around, like taking off very, convincingly. It's like I'm on the road, I'm headed towards my goal, or I'm headed, away from something, but something brings you back. Something brings you back. And I'm going to dig in my abundance deck for the message from Spirit, because there's something that you have came back to. You left very empowered and convinced, but why did you turn around? Aries, why are we turning around? Why is the Chariot in reverse? What does Spirit have to say? Deepening. It's almost like the knowledge of Spirit is talking about the knowledge of something greater and being able to detach from this world to gain something more peaceful. More peaceful. This is about deepening your relationship with your higher power. So I don't know if maybe you thought that you were heading the right way, but there may be something that brought you back around for some reason. And this may have something to do with your relationship with your higher power. Yeah. It might be you walking on that tightrope, trying to not to make a mistake, trying not to, do the wrong thing. Yeah, you thought you knew what you wanted, but for some reason, you just had a second thought about it. There might be something better. I hope that's good for you, Aries. I feel like there's something you're coming back around to. Let's clarify it, okay? Why is the Chariot here for Aries? I know I see something about your higher power calling you in closer. And that calling you in may have something to do with you releasing your attachment to the physical world. You're worried about something. Maybe that you've made the wrong decision about something or someone. Yeah. So that's what I have. Give me 1 second too. Okay, so I found that also the Chariot could represent stagnancy, not being able to move, needing to sit still. Because the Chariot mirror, I was saying how it has this very powerful energy moving forward. Well, in reverse could talk about needing to slow down or sit still or being protected from something right at this moment, or needing to usher in a little bit of patience here. I feel like with the Nine of Swords, there is something maybe keeping you up at night. There may be something that you're worried about right now. Maybe someone. I feel like this could be driving you closer to your higher power. Maybe you're praying more. But there's something here about being worried, about healing, being worried about it, and not doing and going as fast as you were a minute ago. But there's something about leaning on your higher power right now. Okay, Aries, that's playing. Yeah. Okay. What about Taurus? Taurus. What is your energy this week? Death is coming out for you, Taurus. I feel like strong change here. You could be laying something down and rising as a whole new person. There's some event or some situation, experience that's changing you from the inside out, Taurus. What is Spirit's message for you? Divine love. Letting everything go to build your relationship with Spirit. Choosing Spirit over worldly experiences or worldly things. Divine love. Yeah. You could be having experiences. That might be why you're changing drastically. You may be having experiences where maybe you didn't even really have a decision in the matter. They changed you, whether you wanted to or not. So this week could kind of be something like that. This week, you may need to really release everything and look to your higher power for help, right? Whatever this is, it's drastic with the death. And that doesn't mean it's literal. It doesn't have to be literal, okay? It's just a massive change. And this is the kind of change that Spirit has really orchestrated. It's the kind of change that you can't say no to, right? You can either go willingly or you can get drugged. It's that kind of change. But it doesn't have to be negative. This could be a good change because Spirit's message is all about divine love, right? And sometimes it only becomes a strain when you fight it. Whatever this is obviously good, right? Some transformation that's happening for you right now this week. What about Gemini? What's the energy Gemini is in this week? All right, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So the Queen of Wands is usually very inspirational, like lighting up a room, maybe even the life of the party. I don't know if this is your energy or someone concerning you. Why is the Queen of Wands here in reverse for Gemini? Why is the Queen of Wands in reverse for Gemini? High Priestess for Gemini. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, all these reversals is coming out here. And you know what, Gemini, I can't help but feel with this Queen of Wands in reverse, this is almost like somebody, you feeling like somebody is blocking your light or your shine. Somebody might be in competition with you, trying to do better. Yeah, because the Queen of Wands in reverse is almost like instead of shining, right, not shining, having something blocked. The Queen of Wands is all about, you know, connecting and making an impact, right? Having this light. But in reverse, that is not happening. And it was clarified by the High Priestess and the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is like working really hard, right, for that not to happen. And you can see this with the High Priestess. Somebody's working really hard to block your shine, or maybe even to compete with you to be as good, if not better. I feel like this is like competitive energy for you. I'm sorry. Let's see what Spirit has to say. What is your message for Gemini? I don't know what this is, but you feel like somebody trying to block your shine, your spiff. What do you have for Gemini, Spirit? And if it's not somebody, it could be something as well. But I feel like it's somebody. Queen of Wands, yeah. Gemini. Divine source. And so for you, this is all about trusting that things are going to work out. Divine source. Having a deep desire, like to have your needs met. Whatever this is, this person, right, represents you not having your needs met, but Spirit is saying to trust that they will be met. Because everybody has a plan for their life, right? Spirit is bringing that up. There's a plan here, right? And you will be guided to do the right thing when the time comes. Just understand who and what your source is what I'm hearing. If you're a prayer, right, this may be a call to really reach up and connect. Everybody is getting these connect with spirit cards. Maybe this is just a time where we need to. I ain't mad at it. Divine source. Ask for help. Pray, reach up, communicate. If you don't pray, if you are, a meditator, do that. Connect with your source, because there's something about source wanting you to know, in spite of what's happening, this is not your source, right? But direct your attention to source, which is your source, right? There's somebody working real hard. I can see that. And they don't want you to shine, Gemini. What's going on with that? All right. Cancer, what is going on with you for this week? For Cancer this week. I got to go back to Gemini. I'm hearing move, get out the way, get out the way. But there's a little explicit language in there. Move, get out the way, get out the way. Okay, so for Cancer, we have the Magician coming out this week. Cancer, you are making things happen this week. I feel like you are being very deliberate with how you are distributing like your energy, what you're tapping into. You are like very focused on what it is that you want this week. Very focused. And very intentional as well. What is your message for Cancer, Spirit? Reframe, okay? Something about this week that may come through that may need for you to remember that this is happening for you, not to you, right? Because I feel like you are very intent, working very hard this week to make something happen. You may even be, there's something about the justice coming out here. You may need a reminder of the fact that you don't have to make or, slither, I don't want to say slither, but it's almost like making something happen. But I don't know why Spirit is saying it's okay to reframe and maybe even understand how things are unfolding, maybe a gift that you're yet to recognize. And so I almost feel like don't be too pressed about making things in the way that you feel like they should be, because there's something about things happening for you. Maybe Spirit is letting you know you don't have to actually work so hard at making a certain thing happen this week. Something is happening the way that it should, and it's for your good. It's for you. It's for your benefit, whatever this is. Yeah. All right. And we have Leo. What are the energy for Leo this week, Spirit? Leo. I just found out today that Obama is a Leo. I'm like, I never would have guessed that. He seems just so quiet and so soft-spirited to me. I don't know. Leo, 6 of Wands. This week, I feel like you are definitely on your high horse. I feel like you've made some type of success. You're feeling victorious and championed in this moment. It may be difficult to get in contact with you right now because you're feeling so good. Maybe you are in this energy of taking care of yourself and not worrying about the rest. Yeah, 6 of Wands. This week, you also may be getting like encouraged, cheered on, celebrated. I feel like you kind of do have like a spotlight right now this week. Lots of support. coming towards you, people wanting to support you. Non-duality comes out in Spirit's message for you. Something about allowing your real, authentic, true self to come forward right now. At the same time, submitting or surrendering to the divine part of yourself as well. And understanding the fact that you can do both. Like you can become master of both of those, your authentic self and that part of you that you realize is really divine. And when I say divine, that may be that part that's reaching out and connecting and really becoming one with your higher power. That tends to make us want to be like super, I don't want to say good. I guess I could say good, super human, whatever that would mean, from being perfect to Spirit is like, that part. And that's really the part that wants to align with our higher power. It's understanding that we are more than just these fleshly bodies and our habits and our patterns and our thoughts. Like there's a divine light, right, that shines out sometimes. And that becomes the encouragement to really allow that divine part of who we are to shine through. Spirit is saying you can do both, okay? Your very authentic self, right? But you can also be very much your divine self or surrender to the divine at the same time. You can do them both fluently. Yeah. I feel like I'm talking to someone that may find themselves feeling kind of like that, the justice energy, having to walk a tight rope almost because you feel responsible in some way. But this week, again, is about you. Even though you're in that light and being seen in that light and in that situation, Spirit is saying, still take care of yourself, okay? Leo, that's for you. Virgo, sometimes you got to turn that light back onto yourself and take care of yourself for a minute. Virgo. Let's see. Ooh, death for Virgo as well. All right. Death for Virgo. So there's something drastically changing. Again, some transformation taking place. You could be leaving behind a part of yourself that you no longer align with, right? This could have come by choice, but it also could have come by process, experience, life. What is your message to Virgo, Spirit? And this may be a calling to this type of change, okay? What is your message to Virgo? Okay, karma. And karma says that there is not anything that has happened in the past that can't be addressed in the current life or in the future, right? Spirit may just be reminding, life is about, as I look in this picture, there's a woman that's crocheting, she's knitting, and what she's knitting is becoming like this large web looking thing. As you know, if you ever crochet, like each knot, slip knot turns into this big piece of connected yarn, right? And each piece is connected, putting together one at a time, each slip knot, it makes it bigger and bigger. It's kind of like, I guess you can say like our actions, our decisions that ends up coming back around to us, right? And there's some kind of change that's coming back around. And this might be, a reward, right, for doing the good deed and for doing the right thing. This could be you just really wanting to be right for yourself within your heart, so you can sleep good at night and being rewarded for that. Karma is all about having a return for what you've done and what you've put out. And I feel like this could be your moment as things are changing, as things are coming back around for you. Yeah. Now, how this took place, I don't know. The details. What is this that's changing for Virgo? Something's ending with the world. You're able to move to the next level. Yep. And the Ace of Pentacles. There's an end of something, right? The end to something. And there's a new beginning coming in for you. An end of some way that used to be you or your situation, but it's changed. It's ending this week, or it has already ended. And you're in this new beginning, or about to enter this new beginning. Something's changing. And that changes according to like the works that you've put in. Yeah. So if it's good, you earned it. Okay. It didn't just happen, but it's really a return for what you've done, for choices that you've made, Virgo. Okay. Let's see, Libra. What is the energy for Libra? I have the Knight of Cups for Libra. I feel like there's something being planned for you, Libra, like something is being arranged for you. And you may need to be careful for some of you because this may be too good to be true. But for others, this could also be like you moving to the next level as far as what it is that you want to experience, right? Being clear about what that is too, and what you're willing to receive. Knowing a little bit of something, right? But I do feel like this could be something being arranged for you on your behalf. And it's something good, something beneficial. What is your message for Libra? Humility. Okay. Humility. So there's something about Spirit wanting you to acknowledge your help, Libra. And ask for guidance and for the ability to ask for help when you need it, or to let someone know that you may not be doing as well as you look. And you may seem to have it every time they need it, but there's something more happening with you. And Spirit is saying you have to be willing to ask for the help, right? And also to accept it when it's being offered. I feel like Spirit is offering you something here this week. Something has been prepared just for you. And it's going to be nice. A lot of time was put into this and a lot of care. Whether that's from Spirit or somebody that cares about you, or somebody that you care about. Oh, because Valentine's Day is coming up too, huh? In like 5 days. That too. The Spirit is wanting you to be humble enough to acknowledge that you need help and be willing to receive it. But first of all, you have to posture yourself. You see how he's postured? You have to position yourself to be able to ask, right? And it's something that we have to learn to do because there is a power that resides in each of us that is, really creator over each of us. It's greater than us. We may not ever understand it. To learn to submit to that power, that energy, it takes a couple of times of humbling to do that. And for somebody, there may be something happening that's teaching you how to ask and connect with your higher power and surrender yourself. That's what's coming out, Libra. And on the other side of that, there's something, it's like you'll be given it. Just what you need, just what you asked for. And the divine don't play tricks, okay? So it's not a trick, but it's almost like you have to find your higher power for yourself. This is a moment of learning, a moment of wisdom, of you finding that energy for yourself. Yeah. So there's a very sacred moment happening, a very beautiful moment too for you, Libra. Let's see what's going on with Scorpio this week. Scorpio. We have the Six of Swords for Scorpio. You're moving away from something, moving away from some chaos, some drama. Maybe you're physically moving, or you could be moving away from the stormy, atmospheric drama that's happening right now. Things is crazy. Like, you just when you feel like things couldn't get any more ridiculous and crazy, it does. Something else happens. And it's like, are you kidding me? And so you could be right now, you could be in front of some water, right? You could be taking some time away from the normal routine of things to go and take care of yourself. I hear you. I hear you. And you just getting started. I feel like you plan to be there for a minute, right? You just getting started. And you left all of that weight back there, Scorpio. What message do you have for Scorpio, Spirit? What message do you have for Scorpio? Okay. What message do you have for Scorpio? Receiving popped out. Okay. Inner power. And we have a lion here. Something about doing what you got to do. Inner power. And not thinking two ways about it. There's something about you doing what you need to do. That may be what you're moving away from or how you're moving away. You're just like, I got to take care of me, right? That's the energy that's coming out. It's like, take care of you. Yes. That's right in alignment with this reading. Inner power. And Spirit is saying, yes, you're right. Yep. I love this for you. Say as long as you need to, says Spirit. Inner power. Something about courage to do it. The strength and the power to do what needs to be done, right? That's the energy you're in this week. Very bold energy. What about Sagittarius? I love that. The Scorpio, Saggy, Ace of Pentacles. You're starting something new this week, Sagittarius. There's some new project, maybe for some of you, this is a position. There's something new starting this week. There's something you're working on. And for some of you, this is some opportunity that you didn't see at first that's coming to light. And you will have the opportunity to move towards that this week. Now that you see it, it's been revealed. Ace of Pentacles. What is your message for Sagittarius, Spirit? What is your message for Sagittarius? Liberation. Okay, Saggy. And so for you, Spirit could just simply be saying to leave the doubts at the door, Saggy. I feel like for some, you're walking through a new door this week. Spirit is saying, leave that old stinking thinking. Leave it behind, Sagittarius, the doubts and the fears. right? You are, for somebody, you are stepping into new energy this week too. And you're being asked to release the old way of thinking. For some of you, you're transforming this week. Liberation is all about freedom. The dragonfly is about transformation. There's something that is, I feel like it's ready. It's ready. I don't know why I'm thinking of an egg, that's about to bust open. Spirit is saying it's ready, Sagittarius. But you got to leave all the weight at the door. You can't bring that with you. So there's some new leaf that's being turned over for Sagittarius this week. Capricorn is the Chariot. Okay. Something is definitely moving forward for Capricorn. I feel like you are getting something out the way or done, like you're making a lot of gain with what it is that you're wanting to do right now. This week is a week where you will accomplish a lot, okay? And you'll be successful at moving closer to what it is that you've been trying to do. Your message from Spirit is all about worth. And something about you just being born worthy. You didn't have to do anything to earn that. You just are worthy. Like there's nothing that you've ever had to do to prove that. It's like picking up a gold rock off the ground. Nobody would argue that that is valuable and it holds its own weight and worth, right? Spirit is saying, yeah, that's you, Capricorn. Nobody can argue, right, about that. It's been that all along. And it's not in our accomplishments. Those feel really good, right? But it's the fact that we were born worthy before we could do anything. We still have that same level of preciousness and worth before we learned all of these skills. So though sometimes that does make us feel good to accomplish, the Spirit is saying something a little bit deeper. You alone, you're worthy. You were born worthy. You never had to earn that. I don't know why that's coming out. I don't know if there's something that you're trying to improve or trying to prove. Spirit is saying you don't have to. You're already worthy. And I could be speaking to someone who is very loved and cherished, and like your presence is missed, when you are not in the room, when you're not present. Yeah, the Spirit wants you to understand that. And so there's something about you moving this week, but even in all that you accomplished this week, Capricorn, Spirit is saying that's not why I've taken such a great concern for you. But what you need to understand in this, because you've always been this sense of treasure with much value all along, without saying. So whatever you accomplish or whatever you don't accomplish this week, just know that you are yet worthy. You carry the same weight either way, because it's not earned. Spirit values you just because. And somebody may need to hear that. You've been worthy all along. I have Aquarius with the Wheel of Fortune. So Aquarius, this week may be your lucky week. Things may be really unfolding in your favor. Orchestrated. You may have all kinds of help this week, spiritual and earthly. Aquarius, what is the message for Aquarius? Yeah, I think things are really going to go your way this week, whatever that means for each of you. Might be something different. Grounded comes out in your message from Spirit. There's something about understanding the grounding power and the value of just being. right? This is talking about some of the most evolved people that we know. Being when you really get to meet them, they're just regular people. And regular people that's getting their sense of joy and dignity and courage out of just living everyday regular lives. Hmm. You could be somebody that has that energy. Very lucky, but at the same time, what seems to look like all this sparkle and glamour is nothing but just a regular person that's true to life, that lives from the heart space. I feel like whatever this story is, if it is resonating with you, it is happening on your behalf, right? Yeah, it's happening on your behalf. Yeah. And Spirit just wants you to know that a lot, you can get all of that joy and all of that life experience and vigor of life by just, you know, living a simple life, going with the flow. I feel like that's kind of the message too. So you could be someone that's very basic, like it doesn't take a lot. Like you find a lot of pleasure in simple things. And because of that, Spirit favors you. And maybe that's why you are lucky this week. Because you've learned the secret of life, the secret of wanting nothing, yet having everything. Mm. Lastly, we have Pisces here. Pisces. Pisces. For Pisces, come on, Spirit. What's the energy for Pisces? We have the Three of Pentacles coming out. And I feel like this is you, something to do with work this week. Possibly who you work with or how you are being viewed in light of work. This may have something to do with work this week for you. But I feel like you could be someone who takes a lot of pride in what you do. And there is a distinction between your work and other people's work at your job. If you work in like a highly competitive environment, it's like the difference between somebody that goes for the low-hanging fruit and somebody that's willing to actually climb to get the best fruit from the top, right? But there's something coming in this week about, you staying the course, continue working hard, like you catching the eye possibly of someone that sees the level of, energy you put into your work. Mm-hmm. Something about that coming out. What is your message for Pisces this week? And this is the last card we're pulling, and we're going to close it down. We had an hour and 30 minutes. What about Pisces, Spirit? What is your advice for Pisces? I'm going to have to clarify that Three of Pentacles because I don't feel like I got enough information out of that. Invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you seriously. Just say, I'm finally ready. So this might be like an invitation for you to ask. Maybe there's something that you need, but you haven't taken the time to make that request known. That could like be you sitting here and people not really knowing what's really going on with you because they see all the abundance around you. So I have you going into Three of Pentacles, like you're going into some level of solitude to invite help. Six of Wands and the Hermit. It's almost like taking time maybe away from work or away from what you usually do while at work, if something to do with you straying away in some type of way, to take some time for yourself. Maybe work, you need a break from work, or maybe you use work to take a break. I don't know. But whatever that situation is, you're being invited to ask for what you need. Nobody knows what we need like we do. It may look one way and be a whole totally different way in the background. Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to ask for what you need. Okay. Let your prayers be made known. That is what I have. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope each and every one of you have a beautiful, amazing week that goes above and beyond everything that you could ever ask. Okay. That's what type of time we own. We own that Ace of Pentacles time, that unlimited, without limits type of time. Okay. And so that's the reading for tonight. And I am signing off so I can go lay these pretty little eyes down. Thank you guys for stopping by. I will see you next time. Blood Moon Oracle here. And my name is Leticia. All right. Good night.